And there we can see they'll join PSG in that semi-final of this season's Champions League. Either Barcelona or Bayern Munich will join them tomorrow night. Then on Saturday, it's the turn of Manchester City and Lyon to battle it out for the final spot. Both games live and exclusive, of course, here on BT Sport. Well, Leipzig did it. I mean, it was probably not as much quality football as we saw last night, but they did play some nice stuff.
Some really nice stuff. Yeah. And what impressed me about Leipzig's team is they look like a team who are really well coached. There's a manager there you can see who's involved in every little detail of this team, because each player looks so convincing in terms of what they feel about this team, what the philosophy is from the manager, and then going out and playing it. And they all look like they all know their jobs really, really well. And it's difficult to find that in some teams. Sometimes you look at players and think, I don't know if he knows what he's doing. I don't know if he understands what the manager's telling him. Every player, even the subs that come on, they're players. They all understand their roles and they carry it out perfectly.
Well, that's something we expect from a Simeone team.
Yeah. In a different way. He's very defensive. We said conservative before the game, but this team are very expansive. They're open. I mean, the way he's got the defenders playing, driving out with the ball, committing other midfielders and then playing into the free man. I mean, it was really nice to watch. Again, we spoke about the final ball in the final third. Wasn't quite up to scratch today, but everything before that was, I thought, really impressive.
Yeah, and the goal just after half-time obviously would have given them some sort of confidence.
Yeah.
Prior to that, they played lots of football without looking like...
You know what the key point in this clip, Gary, is look at the amount of numbers they have in the box. You know, Sabitzer, he pulls into a lovely little pocket of space. There's the space, obviously, that they're going to be looking to attack. But once this ball goes out wide, look at that. What, they've got 4 or 5 bodies in there. So obviously gives you a much better chance against a side that you expect to be well drilled in this department. But, you know, we haven't really spoke about Sabitzer much on air, really. We spoke about him a lot off air.
But we spoke before the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great delivery into the box, and he's a player that kind of drifted in. It was, you know, their new signing who popped up with the goal. So it was what they deserved, really, at that time. We just felt like, where's it going to come from? Because they didn't have that kind of marksman that they've usually had in their team.
Well, it seemed to liven up Atletico after that, didn't it? And then João Felix came on, and he definitely made a difference.
Yeah, he did. And we said at half-time they're going to need a substitute to come on and influence the game for him. And he was that guy that came on. And listen, huge price tag, 120 million for a young kid like him. And today he showed... This little cameo here when he came on, he nutmegged 2 people in this game when he came on, but it's how direct and how he drives at the defenders and commits people, and fully deserved penalty. Stupid tackle from the defender, clumsy. But he forced them into that, and there wasn't any time before that the Atletico Madrid looked like getting into that area and driving beyond the defenders.
Yeah, cool.
He gets up and takes it. Young kid. Yeah. Obviously got the confidence.
When you see that little cameo he's put in there, Rio, do you have to put some responsibility at Simeone's doorstep, even though he's probably not performed? Because the 2 centre-forwards for Atletico today were miles off it, weren't they, really?
You obviously we're sitting here going, well, where's he been? He's obviously had injuries, that's a given, but he's been back from injury. How he's not getting minutes? This kid looks like a real talent, and we've not been able to see that in an Atletico Madrid shirt.
Yeah, he had struggled a little bit in the season, though, to find his way. I mean, it's difficult. You come with that massive price tag, 100%. Well over 100 million.
I'm just thinking that, like, when we watched, you know, Upamecano against Costa today, it was just like...
Costa was just not
it's like almost no point in being there. He played up against him all the time, and the minute Felix comes onto the pitch, he dropped a little bit deeper, went into areas he didn't want to be in, and you just think, you know, it was a strange decision when you look at it like that to an extent.
Almost like he's playing when you're playing for Simeone, like we said before, you have to have a certain amount of discipline. He looks like a bit of a maverick who wants to drift into different positions to free himself up. And I don't think that fits.
Although he had Griezmann, though, who's a kind of player that could come and do it, although he was...
We used to do clips of Griezmann, though. He used to do slide tackles on the edge of his box. Do you know what I mean? He wasn't just a flair player. He bought into the grit and the compactness and determination of that side as well.
Yeah, OK, what a moment for Tyler Adams. Obviously, it was slightly fortuitous in the sense that it was deflected, but he won't mind. As long as he gets the goal.
We can talk about him in a minute. This ball, oh my God, that ridiculous ball. Yeah, Sabitzer again, he impressed hugely again today, but that pass opened up everything to allow the shot to be played. How he sees that pass with that angle and executes it as well.
You know,
great talent.
I reckon there's about 4 or 5 clips of players able to pick up the ball on the edge of the box and have a shot for Leipzig. Sometimes they didn't take it on, sometimes they passed. But that wasn't a typical Atletico display for me today. It wasn't. You know, don't get me wrong, brilliant, you know, for young Tyler Adams to get that goal in a quarter-final, unbelievable. But we spoke about Atletico being compact and tough to play against.
Do you think, though, perhaps the fact that they weren't playing against a Barcelona or Real Madrid or a Liverpool even when we saw them in the last round, that it didn't really suit them?
Almost a lack of respect to an extent, really. I mean, they've obviously felt, you know, we'll go out and we'll play against you because we don't feel like we need to, you know, camp in and play counter-attacking football. It showed that they actually still did need to do that.
Well, Leipzig were playing like Atletico towards the latter stage. Obviously, when they got the lead, defending for their lives as you would. And
Upamecano was their best player on the pitch. He was formidable when the ball was going up to him. But I think to a man at this stage of the game, they all defended like their lives depended on it. And that's what you need at this level. I mean, they threw bodies forwards here. Look at the amount of bodies in the box from Atletico Madrid. And it's only the fact that they came back, the Leipzig players, and they matched up. But you need heart here, you need character, you need desire, and I think they showed all of them qualities, especially late on in the game. You see what it means to them, look, and the whistle goes. Yeah.
Simeone simmering, I would imagine, on the
A lot to think about, a lot to think about in terms of obviously the way that his style of his teams. It's not been an amazing season for him in La Liga.
Can he change that though? Do you think he can change it, or will he want to change that?
No, I don't think he will. You know, if anything, I think he'll probably move on at some stage and try the same format somewhere else. But I don't know. Tonight's game for me felt. I don't know, it felt like the end to an extent at Atletico. Maybe not for him, but I don't know, that model just hasn't worked in the Champions League for him.
As the game moved on, you know, from the managers that do play that very defensive, low block, you know, now you're seeing more progressive football. The Manchester City keeping
You say that, though, but they beat Liverpool over 2 legs.
But
beat them both games.
But overall, they're not, you know, they didn't have such a good season. They've now gone out in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can perhaps do it and find an underdog performance, but can you do? Is that going to bring you ultimately a lot of success now in the modern game, where teams play from the back and they go right the way through?
Don't get me wrong. I think there is a place for it, and there's a time to turn it on and off when you need to. But I think consistently playing that way, I think teams are finding ways to break you down now. You know, you can't play that way against Manchester City, for example.
You
need a plan A and a plan B. That's the thing. If you can be adaptable in different formations and different styles of playing, if you can go on the front foot at times, but your main source of trying to win a game is to sit back and be compact, but you can go on the front foot, then I think that gives you more of a chance. And I don't see, especially from today's game, that Atletico Madrid have got that second style of playing. OK,
let's take a little breather, and after the break, perhaps we'll hear from one of the managers. I'm not quite sure, but it's definitely the Mini Marino that was triumphant this evening over Costa. Simeone. Late drama once again. Leipzig have made it through to the semi-finals. They'll play PSG. Let's hear from their coach, Julian Nagelsmann. He's with Des Kelly.
Julian, you described Atletico as one of the heavyweights of Europe. You've gone toe-to-toe and you've knocked them out. How good does that sound?
It was a good game of my squad. I'm very happy today. Atletico defend, like all the games, very good. But at the end, I think we were a bit better in the final third. I think that makes the difference today. We did not create many chances, but Atletico also did not create many chances. But at the end, I think we were a bit more dangerous for the opponent's goal than Atletico did, and so I think it's okay that we reached the semi-finals.
You're being very calm, you're being very collected, but this must be your greatest result so far.
Yeah, great emotions for our club, for our team. I'm very proud of my team. They did it very well. I'm happy as well, but you know, as a manager, you have to look forward and you have to look about the next game, prepare the next game, prepare the next opponent. Do not have a lot of time to celebrate this victory, but perhaps we drink a beer together in the hotel, and then tomorrow we'll focus on PSG.
Before we look forward, if you look back, this club has only been in existence for 11 years. I mean, it's not progress, that's a rocket launch almost.
Yeah, the club develops very fast, and Since they reached the first league in the Bundesliga, they qualified for the Champions League 3 times. It's a great result. Also, the last season were a great result. This season, we qualified again for the Champions League. We're still in the Champions League of the last season, so the progress is very fast, faster than usual. But yeah, they did a lot of good results, good decisions in the history, good players like Jussi, like Emil. They played in the 3rd league for RB and still now in our squad. Sometimes in the starting lineup, so they did great decisions, and that's the result.
You asked the players to step up and fill that hole that had been left by Timo Werner, and you've got young players, and they've done that tonight.
Well, I'm very happy. As I told you before the game, it's not the opponents perhaps are not the best opponent for Timo Werner because there's not a lot of space behind the defense line, and today we decided to play with 3 offensive midfielders and to create the spaces between the lines, and all the 3 midfielders did it very well.
So have you got a plan for Mbappe, Neymar and the rest?
We have to be very fast on the defense line, but could defend very well. But there will be situations where you cannot defend these guys on your own. You see it yesterday. Atalanta tried to covering them man on man, and so that's not that easy, because if you lose a duel, then they've got numbers up in the next line. So then there are a lot of stars in this team. It will not be that easy, but we try to go to the final.
And it'll be exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, very happy Nagelsmann there. Let's turn our attention to tomorrow night now, and it's the turn of the only 2 teams left in the competition to have won it before. Between them, Bayern and Barcelona have lifted the trophy 10 times, but there seems to be a clear favourite going into the match, following Bayern's dominant end to the season and Barca's shaky one. Andy May is in Lisbon for us.